It's pretty basic. I mean, I'm gonna be drawing this 10 layers of reality, my visual representation of the alternative space in a way that it's close to me and easy for me to understand, right? This is gonna be the foundation for a lot of these videos. So again, this guy, or me, because this was me, this version of me that didn't have what I wanted, right? And struggling, really not resonating at the frequency of that version of me that obtains what I want. Down on some of these lower lifelines, depressed, having anxiety, not feeling well, negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, all that kind of stuff. Really, this is a product of pendulums. This is a product of pendulums having their way with you to the extent that you've got nothing left. So some of the classic ones that I'll call out: media, news, media is news, politics, social media, pandemic stuff, all of these things that are going to lower your frequency, right? Focusing on these things, giving your energy, giving your attention to these things, the more you allow this energetic channel to be open and pendulums to just bleed you out of your energy in regards to these topics that I just offered, primarily world events, news, pandemic, anything negative, any negative information. This is pendulums hooking onto you, extracting your energy to fulfill their own intentions, right? The pendulums are going up, but you're going down. And this is how you end up here, stay here, and this is what you have to manage if you want to elevate to a higher lifeline where the presence of what it is that you intend to have exists more abundantly, because you are a higher version of you existing on a higher version of reality. So how do you do that exactly? Well, this comes down to first acknowledging which pendulums are in your life that are taking more from you than you are getting in return. Again, media, politics, current events, pandemic crap, all that stuff, it's empty, it's vapid. It doesn't offer you anything for you to come up here, right? It's just extracting. So recognizing what is in your current layer of reality that is holding you down to the lower lifelines, including bad food, low frequency people, drugs, alcohol, low frequency activities, going to bars, doing things that are not going to elevate your frequency. So what happens is we're in a constant state of flux with moving up and down these layers of reality. For a long time, I was just down on the bottom. I was really in a crappy position. I was down on the bottom. I might find myself to here or here, but then if I did find myself to here or here, I was still susceptible to pendulums because I didn't quite understand how the physics of that system worked. So a pendulum would hook me, I'd maybe get my thought quality a little high, be feeling good about stuff, and then sure enough, some family thing would happen, or something in the media, something in the news, some political thing that I would buy into. And what would happen is it would hit me, I wouldn't realize it, I would go back down to those lower levels of reality where I would exist until I somehow found a way to get myself up a little bit higher. But again, I was just in a constant state of flux in this sort of vicinity, right? When you really manage your pendulums to the extent that you can see one coming a mile away, you know when something's getting more from you than you're getting from it, when you realize what the cost is of doing business with the pendulum, giving the pendulum your energy or attention, then you're hip to it, right? You have much more of an ability to exist up here. So when you do exist up here, again, all that you want is on these higher layers of reality because of frequency, right? positive, thriving romantic relationships, money, adventure, freedom, all that good stuff. It's not down here, it's up here. So in managing your pendulums to the extent that you actually give yourself a fighting chance to get up to some of those higher layers of reality, you gain access to all that positive stuff, positive information, and positive material that can materialize, giving you what it is you intend to have. So when you're up here and you know you're up here, you are on the wave of success. This is how my visual representation, directly connects to the wave of success for me, which I will get into in the next few lessons. But when I'm up here, I'm on the wave of success. This is my top layer of reality, where all of what I want exists. I'm on this layer of reality right now. I have material things. I've got a thriving romantic relationship. I live in a place where I want to live now. I'm doing the things that I want to do. I'm creative. I'm living the reality that I've chosen for myself. But I have to maintain awareness of the pendulums that will come for me. They will. And if I let my frequency go down, or I start participating with some negative events, I become susceptible. The pendulum can hook me and I can lose my position on that higher layer of reality, which I obviously don't want to do, and plunge down to some of those lower layers of reality. So this is how pendulums absolutely can hurt you in not getting what it is that you want. This is exactly how it works. Now, how pendulums can help you. This is a more advanced transurfing concept. I'll touch on it right before I wrap this video up. So the pendulum swings, right? Usually how pendulums are swinging is they're knocking people from lifelines and people are going down, because we typically don't understand how these things work. This is sort of advanced knowledge, but there's obviously the flip side to this. The pendulum can also pick you up and swing you to these higher versions of reality where more of what you want exists. Now, how this is done specifically, you have to acknowledge what it is the pendulum needs, and then it has to tie in directly to what you need in order for you to facilitate some evolution towards a higher version of yourself, or some growth or accomplishment of a goal. So a really close to home example for me is doing these videos, right? YouTube is a pendulum, but I'm using YouTube, to the swinging pendulum of YouTube, to pick me up and take me to some of those higher layers of reality where I can get some of the things that I want. Transurfing to be found by more people, my following to grow out, people to, find success with some of the things that I'm talking about. I'm using the YouTube pendulum to help me achieve a higher state, a higher lifeline, and accomplishment of my goals. Now, YouTube for you might mean something different. So this is where it really boils down to, is it helping you or is it hurting you? Is it helping you towards your intention, or is it taking you away from your intention? Remember, the more energy that you have for yourself, free energy that you have taken back from the pendulums, the more of the ability you obtain to navigate to some of these higher layers of reality where more of what you want exists. Pendulums extract energy and you go down, right? You take energy from pendulums and you go up. There's always going to be a little bit of give and take. You're never going to 100% take from a pendulum and not give anything in return, but it's about making certain that the deal is balanced to the extent where you're getting more, giving the pendulum less, and what it is you are giving is in line with your intention, so you can actually swing it in a positive direction rather than a negative one, right? So remember, create your own reality or one will be created for you. Exactly how one is created for you is via pendulums. Maintain awareness. Look at some of my past videos on pendulums, and good luck with managing your pendulums today, guys. And I will see you all then. Bye, guys.